Hello, fifth graders. I hope everyone enjoyed their break. We are going to be continuing topic 4. Now, before break, we were talking about decimals and multiplying whole numbers in decimals, estimating, a little bit of modeling. Now we're going to skip a little bit ahead in the topic and go to topic 4.8, which is all about number sense. So when we multiply decimals, we can see if we have the correct answer by looking to see where the decimal place is placed. So let's look at this first problem. So make sure that you do have your notes out also. So go into the Google Classroom and get your Google slide presentation for topic 4, the interactive notebook. And during this Edpuzzle video, I'll be pausing it throughout, so you'll be able to type in exactly what you need to in all of these blanks as we go through this. So the numbers in the product are correct. So we're multiplying 7 and 9/10 times 21 and 4/10. And the person that did this problem got 16 and 906 thousandths as their answer. Okay, so all of these numbers, the 1, the 6, the 9, the 0, and the 6, they're all correct. But what they're asking is that if the decimal place is in the right spot. So does this answer 16 and 906 thousandths seem reasonable for the answer of 7 and 9/10 times 21 and 4/10? What do you think? Well, if we look at that, 7 and 9/10, okay, is about what? If we're estimating this, because I want to see what the estimate is. And once we estimate, we can see, is our decimal place in the correct spot? So 7 and 9/10 is about what? It's about 8. 21 and 4/10. Again, yes, you can make it 21, but I can't do 8 times 21 in my head. I want to make it even easier. So what is 21 and 4/10 close to? It's close to 20. So I know what 8 times 20 is. 8 times 20 is what? 8 times 20 is 160. So when we estimated the product, we got 160. Does that seem reasonable that we got 16 and 906 thousandths? It does not. So our answer is not reasonable. So my question for you is, if these are the numbers that are in the actual answer, 16906, where should the decimal actually be so that it does look very reasonable to 160 or close to 160? Well, the decimal place should go right here, because that's like saying 169 and 6/100ths. Okay, 169 is way closer to 160 than 16 is. Okay, and that's basically what we're doing. So I bumped this lesson to kind of the middle of the topic because I think it's really important to understand the number sense of it, because when we start multiplying with decimals and multiplying decimals by decimals and whole numbers by decimals, and you have your decimal place in your answer, okay, you want to make sure that decimal place is in the right spot. So by knowing how to determine that, it's really important. Okay, so let's see the next ones. Is the decimal place in the right place in the product for the following problems? If not, what is the correct answer? Where should the decimal place be? So again, for all of these, you're first going to estimate to see what the answer should be around. So 6 and 99/100ths is really close to what? 7. Okay, 21 is really close to 20. So 7 times 20, 7 times 2 is 14 plus 0 is 140. So does 14, because this is the whole number, does 14 seem close to 140? No. So our correct answer, if all of these digits are correct, where should our decimal place actually go to make it seem reasonable? It should go between the 6 and the 7, right there. 146 is very close to 140, okay? do the next one and estimate and see if the decimal place is in the right spot. So let's see. 18 is really close to 20. 3 and 38 hundredths is really close to 3. 20 times 3 is 60. Do we think our decimal place is in the right spot if we have 60 and 84 hundredths and 60? It is correct. And lastly, 9 and 1/100th is around 9. 91 is around 90. 9 times 9 is 81. 81 plus 0 is 810. Is 810 close to 81 and 991 thousandths? No. So again, if all these digits are correct, where should the decimal place actually go so that it's very close to 810? Should go right in between the two nines. All right, so that's really all you're doing. You are just estimating and then seeing where that decimal place should go so that it is close to your estimate. And again, this is a great way to also double check your work to make sure that your decimal place is in the right spot. So what you're going to do for these next ones, I have these dots right here, which are supposed to be decimal places. And what you're going to do on your Google slide in your notebook, your virtual notebook, you are going to drag these decimal places to where you think the decimal place should go in these numbers. Okay, so all of these answers, 1,503, 342, 1,866, are the correct numbers that are in the answer. But now, since we are multiplying with decimals, you need to figure out where should the decimal place go. Okay, so what I want you guys to do right now is to estimate all of those and see, so do that in your workbook right now. See where those decimal places go and drag those decimal places. And then we'll go over it together and you can check your work. So let's look at this first one. 5 and 1/100th is very close to 5. 3 is 3. We can keep it like that. So 5 times 3 is 15. So where should the decimal place go so that our answer is very close to the number 15? Well, it would go right between the 5 and the 0. 15 and 3/100ths. The next question, 1 and 8/10ths is very close to 2. 1 and 9/10ths is also very close to 2. 2 times 2 is 4. So where should the decimal place go so that 342 is very close to 4? If we drag that over, it would go between the 3 and the 4. So it's 3 and 42/100ths, which again, look, if we look at that as a dollar sign, $3.42 is very close to having $4. And the last one, we have 6 and 22/100ths, which is close to 6. 3 again is just 3. So 6 times 3 is 18. So again, where should your decimal place go so that it looks very close to 18? Because it wouldn't be 1,866. Okay, so our decimal place would go between the 8 and the 6. So it's 18, which is our number that we're aiming for, and 66/100ths. Okay, which is very close to 18. All right, so attached to the last question on this Edpuzzle is going to be a Google form. So please click that link to the Google form, and that's going to be your designated homework for this lesson. Okay, so you're going to complete the Google form. It's basically, again, just like this lesson was, asking you where to put the decimal places so that it makes sense. Okay, so that you have the correct answer. Again, this is a really helpful tool with double checking your work and making sure that your answers seem reasonable. All right, I will see everyone tomorrow for our Google Meet at 8:30. Okay, we'll be talking about something very, very important that's going to be happening on Wednesday. I am going to be trying a live lesson, so it's really, really important at 8:30 tomorrow, which is Tuesday, that you join me for the Google Meet, because I'm going to be going over a few tools that we're going to be using for our live lesson the following day. All right. If you have any questions, please let me know, and have a wonderful day. Bye, guys.